brands that are like growth focused versus like image focused. Do you kind of like battle with that a little bit, where they have expectations that are set, where, you know, maybe they have an in-house team that manages the brand, and then they're kind of giving it to you, you know what I mean? And then you have to sort of take over. There must be a little bit of a battle there sometimes.
It's funny. It's the brands that, to be honest, the projects that maybe don't go exactly how they should, it's almost always because the brand is too involved. And it's hard.
Or the founders too involved.
The team behind it is too involved.
And it's actually the same for us as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's the same for us.
And I think the reason for it is because then it becomes more opinion based. It becomes they have this vision in their head for what they want, and we create based on our vision, and if those aren't truly aligned, there's a clash. Whereas if they're coming to us trusting in our expertise, they don't necessarily know what the outcome's going to look like, but trust in the outcome being there, then there's less of that wanting to change things, disappointed with the look of the content, that sort of thing. And it's funny, it's usually the slightly bigger brands that maybe have a little team or a little bit more focused on the brand face and name and colours and fonts and things. Tend to be a little bit, but just need more communication. We're still up for the challenge, and you know, there's also times where we need to stick to our guns and say, hey, but we tried this before, you know, and based on our experience, we'd really recommend kind of shifting this way.
I think our challenges are very similar because even though you're doing content, when you're creating ads, there's also content in there as well. There's like, you know, static graphics or canvas ads and animation ads. There's also like copywriting. And a lot of the times, you do get some certain founders that are really involved in the copywriting.
I've seen that.
And it could be just like the smallest thing, and but they always want to sort of get quite involved in it. But so like you said, there's a bit of a balance and trust, and sort of saying, hey, look, these guys, they're kind of like taking an outside perspective. Let's just see what they can do, and then take a bit of a step back.
And a lot of that you can typically determined from the first call, right? You know, even ask them, say, hey, what is your goal coming out of this call? Like, what do you actually want to be achieving? If for them, if it's, hey, we want our time back, we want to be hands off, that's kind of music to the ears. But on the flip side, if they're like, hey, we just want to be looked after, we want fresh ideas, that seems to be a big thing. Brands, like we have a couple of brands who have proper in-house teams. They produce content regularly, but they get stuck in their own ways. They get stuck in what they're doing. So they sort of come to us to pump more content in. They'll even repurpose it themselves, but they just need fresh stuff.
Hence the name Brand Boostr.